I am the collective. We, the collective, wish to say that this is a time for this human race of yours, the species, to take heed in what has transpired as of late. You have experienced an event. The earth has shifted. The earth's crust has shifted. This is just a sign of what is to come. This is an event that is meant to awaken this human species, to let you know that this is a time to consider what if this is just the beginning. The species, you do not have the technology to predict what is to come. You feel that you are indestructible. This planet has showed you otherwise. This wall of water that has come has caused more damage in one moment than you could ever imagine that could happen in this time of yours. This is a time for you to consider what is next. I, the collective, I say to you, prepare yourselves for what more is to come. Your scientists say that the Earth's crust has shifted. Your planet has tipped further on its axis. Your economy is suffering now because of this event. This event is like the beginning of a sore that will never heal. A sore on your skin that never heals. That is what this event is to bring. This is just the beginning. But you, this human race, you will not see this. You will not understand this. But we, the collective, know that this is just the beginning. There will be more of the Earth's crust opening up, even greater, creating greater walls of water. This is a time to consider now what the collective has said earlier. Prepare yourselves. Bring yourselves together as one. For against these events, your governments, your leaders cannot protect you. They cannot prepare you. They will not prepare you, for they will be too busy preparing themselves to go into their holes that they had made in this planet to protect themselves. But they will find that these holes that they have made will be nothing but a place for their bodies to rest once they are buried. Your species does not understand. You refuse to understand. Yes, there are a few of you that know what the collective speaks of, but the rest of you are too concerned with self, too concerned about taking care of yourselves, too worried about how you are going to take care of yourselves. I, the collective, are telling you how. Draw upon each other. Draw upon one another. Make this what you wish to become. Become one in unity with each other, drawing upon the resources. For as I said, as the collective is telling me to tell you, this human race, that these natural disasters, as you call them, are to become more frequent. You will understand more what the collective is saying once they begin again. Once you individually are affected by these natural disasters, then you will start to believe. But we, the collective, believe you are intelligent enough to start your process of working together, working with one another collectively. Your Earth, this planet, our planet, is starting a cleansing. You have been told before that your species is as parasites to this planet. You are as a virus, and this Earth now is starting a more severe process of cleansing this parasitical virus from its surface. You do not believe what I say, and it matters not to the collective. It is your ignorance that is going to keep you depending upon your government, your leaders. It is your disbelief and refusal to consider the advice, the wisdom of another species as ours. For you are an arrogant race. You do not wish to have others tell you how to run your life, how to perform your tasks. You are as children rebelling against a parent, an adult. This is to be expected from an immature race. We, the collective, do believe that you have it within you to take this advice, take this wisdom that I am giving you, and prepare yourselves. The Earth's mantle has been weakened, and it will create more of these earthquakes, more on a greater scale, more frequently, and they will increasingly get more intense. You have been warned. There is no more that we can say to you that has not already been said. And how many times will it take for you to hear it before it becomes reality in your mind that it will occur? Now, I say, for the collective, there is time before the next major event to prepare yourselves. There is time to take and understand what needs to be done for your governments, your leaders. All leaders will not be able to take care of you, for there are too many of you in need. They are at a point where they are only starting to take care of themselves. Look at what is going on around your planet. Your people are starting and beginning the process of taking care of themselves, but there still is not enough to change what needs to be changed in order for you as a species to continue to exist. You should have had a spacecraft that would have taken you to another planet by now, or at least you should have been at a mental capacity, a mental state, to come together with us and understand us. But no, your species is too busy warring, too busy fighting amongst itself to pull itself together and come together and increase your mental capacity. And we would be able to show you how we transport ourselves. But no, your wars, your ideals, your religions, your governments have always gotten in the way of your progress. There was a time when we had more hope for you, but there was almost a millennia lost because of your mindset. A millennia of turmoil, of fear, of fighting, of suspicion of one another. You have lost almost 1,000 years of your time of progress. If you had had that time and used that time to progress yourselves mentally, scientifically, you would be traveling to the stars by now. You would be traveling with us by now. But no, your species thrives on destruction, thrives on warring. This we just do not understand. We try to have you believe what is necessary to do what needs to be done so you can reach the stars. At least go back and explore your moon. You will find that when you do, you will be greeted. This is all I will say. There is much more to your moon than you can fathom. than you can mentally comprehend in your minds. For you have I will say, you have no idea of what your moon is holding before you. You were told that there is nothing but dust and rock on this object that orbits your world. Well, this is a half-truth. For as I have told you, this is billions of years of collection before your Earth exists. But as I have said, you are not ready. You, as a species, are not ready. This is obvious by your actions on this planet. You are beginning to find your freedom in the protests that you are performing. You are beginning to find your voice. You are beginning the process of joining together and taking care of one another as you should. For your governments and your leaders, both government and religion leaders, they have their own agenda for you. But you have an agenda already in place. And that is to take care of one another, live for one another, help one another. For your unification will be the strength to your existence. If you depend on your governments and your other leaders, this unification will not take place. It will not happen, as we, the collective, have seen before. It is the truth. Believe it, or perish. For this is a time to consider why this event took place. This earthquake, this tsunami. Consider why this event occurred. How prepared were you? How prepared will you be again? These have happened with no notice to you. You cannot defend yourself against these events that the earth performs. You cannot. So all you can do is be prepared yourself for what may occur. Now, the collective wishes to say that this is a time to consider alternative energies. For your oil that you are so dependent on is controlled by the few. There is going to be extreme control put on this oil. We are telling you now within 2 to 3 of your years, you will be at the mercy of those that have the possession of the oil. If you do not prepare yourselves for alternative transportation, alternative means of fueling. The alternative is using the sun to heat your homes, using the wind to help obtain energy. But this is not something that your leaders wishes to hear you hear. For they are doing their best to stifle, to control, to squash this from occurring. They wish to use up all of the oil, and you will not be prepared for when the oil runs out. You will not have an alternative energy in place efficient enough to supply this energy to this planet. And as the planet begins to shake again, there will be an interruption in this production of your oil, and the wars that will come will interfere with the production and transport of this oil. The collective says, prepare yourselves. You may not see this event occurring yet, but look at what is to be before you. Look at the events that are occurring. Look at what potential there is of a global crisis, both in your food and your energy supply. What if these both have a major interruption and you are caught ill-prepared? What will you do? Can you answer that? The collective says, no, you cannot. You will starve and grow cold because there will be no food and no energy to heat your homes. The collective says they can do no more with words to you, for it is you that needs to take action now. I have told you, for the collective, that these times before you are just a time, a warning, an awakening of what is to come. It is up to you to heed this warning, to believe this warning, and prepare. For if you do not, then there is no more that we can say. We have told what is to come and what is to be done by you, this human race. There is much more that will be said later. For now, the collective wished to tell you what has been said. This was the purpose of them coming forth. I have given you their message. Heed it. They, the collective, will speak later.